Hey, happy Wednesday, everyone. Hope you are doing well. It's the middle of the week, the hump, as you know, and hope you have a great day today. I'm enjoying my coffee today in my new cup my son gave me. He works for Qualcomm and loved my coffee this morning. This is In the Raw, unscripted, unpracticed, unedited conversation. And some of you may know that I'm a runner. I've been running for about 10 years. And what got me into running was medical reasons. I was diagnosed with, I think I've said this before, I was diagnosed with high cholesterol and then diabetes. And the doctor, said to me, you need to, if you want to have a quality of life, you need to start exercising. I didn't have the exercise culture in me. I've always been thin. At that point, I was a little bit overweight, actually. But I had always been thin, and I had always been, in good health and didn't see the need to exercise. And the doctor really had a good conversation with me and said, you really need to start thinking in the years to come to discipline yourself to exercise. And so I thought, okay, well, I've always been interested in running, just never got myself to do it. So I started running, and I started running for health reasons. And over a period of time, it became a hobby. It became, I found so much joy in running that it was transformed into a hobby. And now I do it for fun. And I don't second guess it. I don't think about it. I just go out on runs whenever possible. And I've also started running races and marathons, and I've run several marathons now in these 10 years, mainly the Rock and Roll marathon here in San Diego. And, when you're running a marathon, you have different thoughts that go through your mind, different attitudes or different moods. You start off the race, you're very excited. There's a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of euphoria. There's a lot of people at the starting line, and you're just very excited about it. And you start running, and you're the first few miles, you're doing great, and you are feeling good, and you're just happy. You're listening to your music, whatever. But then there comes a point where you start doubting, should I have done this? What am I doing? Why did I do this, right? By the way, a marathon is 26 miles, around 26 miles, 42 kilometers. Half marathon is 13 miles, 21 kilometers. And I've done both. But when you've after a while, you're thinking, why did I do this? Oh my God, my body's starting to ache a little bit, and I don't know if I can. You start doubting. I don't know if I can finish this. I don't know. And then you start getting cramps, and your legs are starting to wear out, and your feet are starting to hurt, and you're just thinking, why did I do this? Why, you have that doubt, and then there comes a point where you actually are debating whether or not you should quit. Maybe this was a dumb idea. It's okay if I quit. You start trying to convince yourself it's okay if I quit. It's okay if I just stop here. And a lot of people do that. And along the race, you see people stopping and just quitting, and people that pass out. I've seen it all. People passing out, people having different medical issues, and you're thinking, maybe I should just quit. Maybe I should just not continue. And then as you keep going, you think about this finish line. You think about that sense of achievement, and that starts to push you. And many people call it a second wind. When after running a while and you start getting tired, you get that second wind, and you just kind of keep going. And you ignore the pain, you ignore, the cramps, you ignore the tiredness of your body, your aches and everything else, and you keep going. And one thing that I've learned is that, when you set something out for you and you have that attitude of I need to finish, when you do finish, even though you didn't come in first place, even though you are almost dragging yourself, that you've crossed that finish line, and there's no better feeling than knowing that you finished, that you accomplished, that you succeeded, that you overcame all your doubts and all your issues and you finished that that race. And I always think to myself, I'm not competing against anyone, I'm competing against myself. Because you get these thoughts and you're thinking, I'm fighting with myself to finish this race, and so people ask, so what place did you come in, or did you win, and bless their hearts, and I say, yeah, I won because I won against myself, I finished across the finish line, and that's what a marathon is. A marathon is not a race, a 100-meter dash, where there's a winner, the fastest person. Is not a race to test your speed. It's a race to test your endurance. It's a race, to see if you can finish, if you have what it takes to finish. And this reminds me what it says in Hebrews 12:1, and I'll read it. It says, such a large crowd of witnesses is all around us. So we must get rid of everything that slows us down, especially the sin that just won't let go. And we must be determined to run the race that is ahead of us. It's talking about endurance. It's talking about, people are around you. People are watching you. It's talking about, getting rid of everything that slows you down. And sometimes it's not anything physical that slows us down. It's something mental, something that that we have in our thoughts and in our attitude. And so this is how life is. Life is like a race, and we need to strive to finish the race of life. To say I've done everything that I needed to do. I've accomplished everything that I needed to accomplish. I've allowed myself to keep going in spite of wanting to give up, in spite of wanting to throw the towel. I've endured. I've stuck to it, and I've finished. And that's what a winning a race is. It's not coming in first, but it's finishing. And so I encourage you today to, whenever you have a negative thought, whenever you have something that's telling you, you're no good, just quit. You're not good for this. You're not good. Whatever it is that you're doing, don't forget that you are in it for the long haul. You're in it to finish. You're in it to whatever you accomplish, or whatever your goal is in life. You're in it to finish it, to reach that goal. All right. So, yeah, that's it. Have a great rest of your day. We will see you soon.